It's Week 12 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Condors and the Raiders. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Condors and... And off we go from Las Vegas. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Huntley's throw taken in by Adams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. Nice move. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Huntley off of play action. Open man right side, Myers. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Here's the option. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A give for Dillon running right. Oh, able to avoid him. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Dillon is not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Dillon again. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A.J. Dillon, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Herbert. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Here's Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now Huntley. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. But you look at this defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. it's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one.
On to the second quarter, Mexico City in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. In motion right is Jones. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Man open, here's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Condors are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Huntley's throw pulled in by Renfro. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw here, Huntley. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw, Huntley. A throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Huntley. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Huntley to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Huntley. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Huntley looks to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they've got it inside the 10 and the 8. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throw right side, pulled in by Mayer.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's Huntley. And this will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those.
Touchdown Raiders! Michael Mayer from 6 yards away. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the Raiders have got him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for the touchdown. Gerald Everett as the first half is winding down. And the Condors have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Huntley hitting Mayer here on the out route. So we have reached halftime with a touch past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in the line.
Herbert has it knocked free. And the Raiders pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So that is not the way you want to begin the half when you're only up by 1 score. A turnover right away.
And my guess that in the locker room, that's what the defensive coordinator on the other side was saying. We've got to find a way to get the football back for our offense. And they were able to do it.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now first and 10 at the 11. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Huntley. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. Touchdown! Hunter Renfro from 10 yards out. And the Raiders take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Hunter Renfro who capped things off with a touchdown reception. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he's out of bounds, but not before getting across the 50 to the 45.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Herbert on first down now. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 45 yards. And the Condors have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Huntley's throw taken in by Adams.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there.
Here's Jones. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now
he's got it at the 15. And what a big-time play there. 49 yards.
And not only does Justin Herbert have one of the biggest arms in the game, I don't know that anyone throws a prettier pass. Every time he throws the football, I just want to slow it down and have it be a highlight type of a throw. And oftentimes it is, just as we saw there.
He'll find Jones again, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Condors have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So out come the Raiders.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're...
Oh, and for the first time this season, he's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Herbert now being chased out left. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This is Dillon on the counter.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Huntley.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Jones on the return.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense.
And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
33 yards that time. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Justin Herbert
keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Condors get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Now 2nd and 5. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They go screen with Dillon. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball. And unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now Huntley. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. Huntley working from the gun. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Huntley over the middle, and Mayer hauls it in. That one a first down pickup of 8.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today. No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up, right?
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this, Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And quickly, they get to the line.
Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw here, Huntley.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
Huntley to throw.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Herbert off of play action.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, if I haven't said it before, I'm certainly saying it now. No one throws a prettier deep ball than Justin Herbert. This thing's on a rope, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Huntley looks to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's Huntley.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
3rd down. Here's Huntley now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Huntley. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
to throw, Huntley.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there is no way that ball was going to be caught.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Huntley.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards.
And the Condors extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. On 1st and 10, Huntley.
He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
That is caught.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one